All right, welcome everyone. Welcome. We were just having a fine talk about some Naruto right there, going with our favorite characters. You want to give yours real quick, man?
I'm gonna have to go with Hashirama.
Really? Oh, that's an
Yeah.
interesting one. I would not have expected that.
Besides the main characters or anything like that, I actually have two. It's Hashirama and Haku.
Oh, those are good ones. If I had to choose, I was, like you said, besides the obvious ones, I would have to go with probably Itachi, just because his story has some nice ups and downs. If you
Yeah,
follow throughout the whole thing, man, there's some good twists in there.
yeah. The reason I like Haku and Hashirama so much, Haku first is because he sets the tone in the journey
Mm,
for Naruto and Sasuke. Like he really shows them what the ninja world is really like and what it's meant to be a shinobi. It's like, yo, they're going through something. They're going to a whole nother world, and you have to be strong in all areas. So Haku sets that bar, and then
mm.
Hashirama is just dope because he kicked Madara's ass his entire
Ah, Jesus.
life. His entire life. It's crazy.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, no, I'm a huge Naruto fan, man. Myself, I love that show. That is a good one. But so welcome everyone. Tonight we got an awesome mini spotlight. By the way, all this talk, I didn't even get a chance to ask your name.
Oh,
What do you go by, man?
so my real name is Stephen Hicks, but my friends call me Squeezy. So uh,
Nice.
yeah,
Very cool. Well, thank you again, man. I appreciate you jumping on here to talk with us for a little while about your comic.
oh man,
Um,
you're welcome. You're welcome.
yeah, I'm really excited to talk with you. Fans may have heard of the micro roars from one of our previous streams, so
Mhm.
we're gonna find out a little bit more of that tonight. And so, without further ado, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little about who you are and what you do with comics?
Well, my name is Stephen Hicks. I am a new comic book creator. So I made this book like a year ago, and it was just an idea. So I never knew what I wanted to do as far as like creating content or anything like that. So it's like I had this idea that I wanted to create a comic book. I needed help. I had no clue what I wanted to do, what direction I wanted to go. Uh, so I created a character. That was my first step. Was creating a character and figure out what I wanted to do with that character. It's like, okay, there's so many males and there's so many females, and I figured I'd just go with something different. So I ended up going with a female character as far as heroes, because it's not that many. Because I did some research into
True.
it. As far as from the African American standpoint, there's not that
Mm,
many. There's like 10 noticeable ones. And then off
wow.
back, I can name about 7 on my hand, and they're mostly sidekicks.
Really?
Five,
Um,
five, five of them are voiced by one female named Creed Summers.
oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Jeez, that's pretty talented right there.
yeah.
Uh, that I could see your choice to your point about wanting to kind of bring some more, line onto to a character like that.
Well, yeah, it's like more so. I wanted to see what it would. My whole idea was I went to the movies one day. I saw some movies, and I was like, all right, I'm seeing a lot of heroes, but not a lot of female heroes. And I was like, why is that? And if they are, they either over sexualized or playing second fiddle, and I didn't understand. And the movies that we did get were kind of crappy, like Catwoman and
Oh yeah, yeah.
uh, Vixen. Vixen is a good one. It's animated by DC. I
Mm,
actually enjoy Vixen. I actually enjoyed her better than any other female superhero movie so far. Uh,
really?
the other one was what's that movie? Sucker Punch.
Oh yeah, Sucker Punch is good.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Sucker Punch. I enjoy Vixen out of all those. So yeah, so I noticed a lack of female heroes, and I was like, I want to do something about it. So I started asking friends, like, hey, if you have powers, what would you like to do? How would you use them, and things like that. I started taking notes and ideas. I'm like, you know what? I spent the whole year working on a character, and I finally got it. I did the one thing that I didn't want to do was over sexualize the character. And I actually did it. I was like, oh snap, I gotta make her. I gotta rechange this. So I rechanged it, and then I made her younger, and now I have the hero y'all see now.
That's awesome, man. And you make a good point. Like the I think the first female superhero who was the star of the movie was Captain Marvel, and how long did that take to put out? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I didn't really like that. The first female hero that I ever noticed was Wonder Woman, and she's awesome, by the way.
Oh, true. Good point there too. Yeah, no,
she's awesome. But when I tried to focus it when it comes to African American women, there's not that many. Like a Storm, there's Vixen,
right.
Bumblebee. There's a list, but it's not that many.
Right. So it's kind of nice to see that you're doing that. So, what's the name of your character, and what's she all about? What's her, what kind of character is she?
All right, give me 1 second.
Almost like the Margon too. Here, while he goes, while we introduce our Matt, our co-founder Matt here. Welcome, man, to the chat.
How you doing?
Hey, how's it going? Sorry, I'm a little late.
No worries, man. We appreciate you jumping
in. Could you repeat that question one more time?
Yes. Oh, tell us a little bit about what your character's name is and who she is. A little bit what she's about.
Okay, if you all can see it, give me a second.
Oh, very nice. Let me put that full screen there.
Yeah, if you all can see it. So
that's a nice piece there.
Yeah, so her name is Rashida Foley. If you can hear me, she's 16 years old. She is inspired to be a hero, but she doesn't know how.
Wow.
So the goal is to put her in positions where to guide her into being a hero, but show her the good, the bad, and the ugly. Meaning, there's going to be in situations where, you may be doing good, but people may not like you. You may try to do superhero works, and things may not work out, and you have to deal with that. Certain situations like that. So the goal is to show her doing hero things, or try to push her towards that. Right now, she's just a vigilante, and she doesn't know the difference between being a hero and a vigilante. It's kind of hard to tell the difference. She thinks she's doing something, but she has to be guided onto that.
She's looking for, maybe she's in need of a mentor or something, perhaps.
Right, and I actually have that in store for her.
Nice.
So her story takes place is that she's an orphan. So her parents are zoomed to be dead. So for the sake of the story, they're zoomed to be dead, and her guardian, who's watching over her, has taken her into her orphanage. She owns the orphanage, and she takes in young girls and things of that nature. So she's raised with a bunch of other orphans until later on in life, everyone goes into their own different homes, and she's still there at the orphanage with the owner. And they build this bond to where it's kind of like a guardian role, best friend role, and then ultimately the ultimate goal is to have that mother-daughter relationship between the two, because she never really finds a family until it's already been there, if that makes sense. It's been there the whole time. She
didn't realize it.
Right. So that's the whole dynamic between them. So her guardian becomes her actual sidekick, and she's being the hero, but she's also teaching her while she's doing it, because the guardian is going to use that as an opportunity to be a redemption arc for her. Like, because she had a past and things like of that nature. So that her helping her will redeem her of certain things. So that's the layout for that.
Now I'm going to bring up some art here. Is this the character that you were just talking about, the kind of guardian character?
Yes, her name is Naomi. Nice. Naomi is the guardian. She owns the orphanage and things like that. That's her current life, but her past life has something to do with Rashida before she was born. So that's the whole situation between there. She knows half her story. The other half is with her parents, who are presumed to be dead.
and nice little mystery there.
Yeah, and the main villain knows about it as well. So Naomi's tied within the main villain and her parents, and Rashida's just trying to, live a normal life, but she has powers, doesn't know why. She's trying to control them, but she's also inspired to be a hero. Doesn't know how to be one, so she's learning through trial and error.
Nice. That's awesome, man. I love that. That's a great story, and kind of having that mentor-student dynamic is really, really cool. I like that.
Well, I wanted to show a positive dynamic between a mother and a daughter, and I figured that would be a nice experiment to do, even though they're not technically officially mother and daughter, but it'll play out that way.
Right. For all intents and purposes, she is like a mother to her.
Right. So that's the
Mhm.
plan. So right now, this cover that you're looking at right now is actually a flashback in the past when she was 6 years old.
Oh, okay.
Something happened.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, something happened when she was younger, and that's what inspired her to be a hero.
Okay, so we're gonna find out a little bit more of that in the second issue.
Right.
Very nice. Now I want to. Sorry, go ahead.
You said, what was your question?
Oh, I don't mean to interrupt there, but I was actually gonna just quickly ask, kind of give a nice overview of, if you give us an overview, what kind of world that this Micro Wars exists in. Is it contemporary? Is it the future?
It's I guess it's today's world, but I'm presenting it as the future. So it's like, let's say it's 2020, but I'm doing something in my own imagination, more futuristic.
So kind of like an alternate reality, you might say.
Yeah, it's like
Okay,
that.
nice. Very
So
cool.
it's current day's timeline, but I'm changing things up.
Tweaking some things, yeah, playing around with it a little bit.
Right.
Well, that's awesome. So, what kind of story can we expect going forward with this first issue? What is the character? And remind me again. So, her guardian's name is Naomi, and what is the main character's name again?
Rashida Foley.
Rashida. So, what is the first issue about for Rashida?
Well, the first issue it's basically an action set piece. It's like presenting the character, showing who she is, what she's about, just a little bit, then jumping straight into the action. It's like an attention grabber.
Nice.
So that's the first issue. The second issue is going to do a little bit of backstory, just a little bit, just to set the tone of the series. Like, oh, this is what's really going on, and then we're going to end it with some nice juicy stuff leading on to the next story, like a cliffhanger.
Very nice, very nice. And speaking of which, you're currently doing a crowdfunding campaign on GoFundMe, which I'll bring up in just a little bit.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I am.
Take a look at that. So which issue are you guys currently working on?
We're currently finishing up issue 2. I don't mind showing you.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see a little preview if you got it.
So right now, if you can see my wall, give me a second. What you guys call storyboarding.
Oh wow, man!
So I've been going nuts.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's very intense.
Yeah, I've been going nuts with stuff right now.
Wow.
Trying to line everything up, all my notes and ideas. It's a lot going on. I'm just trying to make sure it flows right. It's a lot of work behind the scenes of what I do.
You're clearly putting a lot of work. It's not just you're not just slapping it there or writing it out there. It's coming out from a lot of work and thought.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. So I do most of the funding myself. Actually, I do all the funding myself, and then I just started doing the whole crowdfunding thing. Writing. I written half the story, and then Malcolm took my ideas and then finished it off for me. He was like, "Man, I can finish this off in 2 days," and I was like, "Dang, nice. All right, cool." He's been helping me out a lot with the writing. Like, I'm like, "Okay, Malcolm, this is the idea that I want to go with. I have a scene. Let's base the whole story around this, and let's make something work." And he's excellent. He's like, he's an awesome partner. He's a bit stubborn sometimes, but he's real cool. We're the best of buds because we click, awesome. Even though we differ, we really click and we make things work because he helped me finish my first issue. Even he gave me leeway on making the second issue, and then he's helping me close it out.
That was great.
He's really great to work with.
Yeah, without him, I had a great conversation with him just the other day.
Yeah, without him, I probably never even made it this far as like doing stories and stuff like that. Like,
really?
I didn't. Well, yeah, because he helped me. Like, I'm also an idealist. Like, I can write. I didn't realize I could actually write detail like I'm doing now. Like, he helped me bring the writer out in me. Like, watching him. Like, he does like movie scripts and stuff like that. So I go through, look at certain things, and me and him write totally different. I'm writing from a person's perspective. He's writing from a movie script's perspective. Like, wow. So he's helped me see so many things. And like, so I take notes. Now I take this little bit to try it over here. I'm like, all right, let's try this. She's gonna do this X, Y, Z, and it's like it's pretty cool. And now we have this amazing story on my wall.
That's awesome, man. No, yeah, that's cool. So, are you gonna plan to work with him in the future then?
Yeah, we're continue working together. Like, his name is not coming off the book. even though I may write most of the issues or he'll write them, his name will always be on the book. This is a team project for me and him. It's just something that I want to try to see if we can. It was more so a passion project for me. I just want to see if I could do something. Like, it's more so therapeutic than anything. So he'll definitely be a part of those. Like, hey, I got an idea. Can we work on a story or something like that? Hey, let's try mixing up some characters with some crossovers. I got an idea. Try this, write a story about it, things of that nature.
Very nice. That's awesome. Yeah, well, that's really great. So, you guys have a website. So it's got a couple comics on it right now. I believe you have the first issue available on that. Is that correct?
Yeah, the first issue is available on Gumroad. Yeah, Gumroad. His book is on there as well. Freaks Come Out at Night. You guys can buy it. Check it out. It's really great because when I first read it, it actually had me scared because I was reading it in the nightlight. It was like,
yeah, he's got a creepy story with that one.
Yeah, I had to set the mood with that one. I was like, man, if I'm gonna read it, I read it a couple times. Like, yo, this is about to go down. Ooh, he finna get eaten. It was pretty dope.
So yeah, with getting back to Micro Wars, what is the kind of overall plot, or like without spoiling too much?
Well,
what is the kind of like driving mystery? You mentioned there's kind of like a mystery behind her parents, and
there's a mystery. There's a mystery with her past, with her parents, but the ultimate goal is to make her a hero, and obviously, it's to make her a hero. And obviously, there's a war coming. What kind of war? Okay. I won't tell you, but I'm going to say, keep in mind, a lot of the people here so far watches Bleach, so I would say keep in mind a Bleach premise in a sense.
Interesting.
When you think of a war, so
you got my mind spinning now here.
Yeah, I don't want to. Her journey, I'm gonna say her journey through the first season will be trial and error, and then once that's out of the way, we can start getting to some other things and introduce some more characters. Because I already have a story set up. If you're interested in that as well. So,
yeah, dude, it sounds awesome. It sounds like you're really going to kind of try and build it out like first arc, really kind of build her up as, learn to become a hero. And then from there, just, full throttle.
Right. Kind of try to do as much as I can with her. Like, I really want to experiment with every little thing. Like, I noticed something too, that a lot of the fans, because it's on Webtoons right now, and a lot of the fans, yeah, it's on Webtoons too. And feel free to comment. But one of the fans was like, "Oh, I really like some of these moments. They're like the small interdict moments between her and Naomi. They really love those. So I'm gonna try to push more of those out and show more of her daily day life, not just the hero stuff. Make it more personal and sentimental."
No, that's a smart idea. Yeah, give some of those more of those character moments.
Yeah.
There's a link to the Webtoons.
Yeah, that's in there. Yeah, Webtoons.
Now, is the issue 2 up there? Is that the full issue, or is that a preview of the issue?
Which one? Which one?
For the number 2.
Yeah, that's a preview.
Nice.
It should be the first 7, 8, or 8 pages up there. Feel free to look through those. I haven't put the text in there yet, but you can show it on live right now if you want.
Oh yeah, let me pull that up.
I actually can give you a preview of the story if you don't mind.
Yeah, definitely. No, I love it. Yeah. Let me pull that up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the second issue. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Yeah, I love the art. So who do you work with as an artist?
Well, I work with 2 artists. One is Art Kid. He was my first original artist. He helped me create the covers and helped me redesign Rashida for who she is now. Because I made her older in the beginning because I made her myself. So I was like, hey, I want to attract more people. Let's make her younger. And he our kid took initiative and did that for me. So I was like pretty helpful. And the second artist that I work with now, who's the current artist going forward, is Emilio. His color skills are freaking amazing.
Really?
Yeah. So
sorry, go ahead. But the arts here is awesome. It's just it definitely speaks for itself.
Yeah. So with this, I guess I can talk about the issue, the preview of the issue right now. So in the first issue, Rashida gets knocked out mid-fight by some gangs, and she's trying to fight somebody, but she gets unconscious, and obviously she wakes up. But before she wakes up, if you can scroll down, it goes into a flashback. So the flashback is it goes back to when she was 6 years old, when she was younger. So she's talking about her life as an orphan and things like that. You know, she lives with Naomi. Naomi took care of the girls and things like of that nature, gave them names, did their hair. Like, it's just one big happy family. So one day, you know, hey, it was Rashida's turn to get her hair done. You know, Rashida's over there like scratching the back of her neck and things of that nature. She's like, Naomi's like, don't do that. So she smacks her hand, and she was like, if you scroll down, she was like, why you always treat me different and things like that? My neck itch and all this jazz. She was like, you treat me different from the other girls. Like, why? She was like, you know what, my neck itch, and she tell her like, hey, do as I say, blah blah blah. Take this and you'll feel better. And if you mind scrolling down, she listened to her, you know, being a knucklehead kid that she is. She, you know, she finished gets her hair done and things of that nature, and she has to go to bed. Now here comes the kicker. So it's late at night. It's like midnight, maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. And she started hearing noises in the orphanage. You know, someone's messing around in the house. So she goes out and goes see, and burglars kick in. So he's like, these burglars are like, oh man, you know, get the stuff, you know, get the evidence, get the girl. We meet you out back or whatever. So Rashida hears this and warns, you know, she runs back to the room and warns the other girls to like, hide, someone's coming, blah blah blah. So everybody hides. It's like a group of girls. They hide in the closet, under the bed. She's hiding in the bathroom. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. So one of the thieves comes in. He's like, you know what? Where this girl at? And you know, one of the girls is just hiding under the bed, and she makes a noise, and the burglar like gets it. He's like, ha, I got you. You know, it's like, ah. So he makes this loud scream, and he's like, oh, I'm busted. And he grabs the girl, and you know, Rashida sees it. It's like, not today. And just grab that's when the plunger and the scrubber. So she's in the bathroom. She springs into action. So she's trying to swap hands. If you scroll down, she's trying to swap hands with this grown man, and she's like giving him the business with this plunger and scrubber. She's like, she's giving it all she got. It's like, you know what? Not today. You know what I mean? And so the main guy, he like one of the guys, the thugs, has is like, you know what? I'm tired of this. Get off me. So there's more. So he knocks her down. You know, he knocks the main girl down, grabs Rashida. Like, I'm tired of this nonsense. Throw her around, and then she goes unconscious. And he takes the other girl. And
wow.
Yeah, there's more to it. I have to upload the other pages. But yeah, so the other guy goes down. That's a good preview. Yeah, so it's pretty solid.
That's awesome. I know that's a good issue. It's got, like you said, it's got a lot of good action right there.
Yeah.
So these mysterious guys, they've taken her sister hostage.
Right. They actually work for the main villain in the story. But the thing is, he told them to go get the girl, but they didn't know what girl to get. They grabbed the wrong girl by accident, but they did get the documentations that they were looking for. So to give you more insight into Rashida has something inside her that gives her ability. So goes back to her father, which I don't mind telling. Her father is a scientist who created some microchips that enhances the human body, but it was made for civilian lifestyle to, you know, help them through the day. And so that was the initial plan, but he made one special for, you know, abilities. So the chips have software inside the microchips. So the microchips allow you, once installed, surgically installed, it allows you to download software into your body, and you get to choose the abilities that you want. Choose or create the abilities that you want. So with that said, with that said, they're permanent though. Whatever you choose, they're permanent.
Oh, okay.
So each slot, but this particular one has like different slots in the chips. Not all of them are like that. So this is where the main villain comes in. Because he couldn't find the original chip, which is in Rashida, by the way. No one knows that.
Is that right? Except for we know it because of the neck thing, right?
Yeah. No one knows that the chip is inside her, but her until later on. Except her guardian. Her guardian knows.
I was gonna say. I had a feeling that her guardian knew it.
Yeah, her guardian knows, but she won't tell her till later, and then all that jazz. So I won't spoil it too much, but that's her thing. Now the main villain is because he has the specs, but he doesn't have the original chip. He's going to make counterfeits, and that's going to be a problem within the city.
Yikes.
So he doesn't have a steady power supply, so that's going to be problems. You'll be able to probably be able to get downloadable powers, but they're going to be limited, things of that nature. You could probably die or have hiccups or whatever you want to call them, or viruses. I don't know yet. I haven't decided how I want to do them, but you see where I'm going with the war situation. Yeah. So it's like I have this ability to give you powers, and you can do anything with it to a certain degree.
Yeah. And then, like you said, even there's the counterfeit ones that are just as dangerous in their own way, really.
Right. They're still permanent, but some of them have extra side effects.
Some things you might not really want.
Right.
I guess, yeah.
And I didn't tell you what her main ability is.
Sure, yeah. What's that?
Hers teleportation.
Nice. That's a good one.
Yeah. So she's going to learn different skills and learn how to be creative throughout the way. But that's just the journey. Naomi will teach her some things, too, to keep her protected and, learn how to fight and all those natures. So she's going to have a nice arsenal towards the end or middle. I haven't really decided.
Yeah, is it going to be kind of a longer series? Have you really thought about how long you want to make it?
Well, as of right now, because I really want people to take me serious, I want to give out the first 12 issues.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's enough for one season. And if it goes well, then I'll start doing 12 issues per season.
That's smart. Yeah. I think that's a great way to do it, get people excited for it, not be like this thing that just goes on forever, but have the potential to keep going,
That's something I was curious about. What's a good stopping point for a series? I was thinking 4 to 5 seasons.
Honestly, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, that would be pretty good.
Because my end goal, my end goal for me is to get it animated. That's the whole reason why I'm doing a comic book.
It's funny you mentioned that. I was gonna say when I always think of anime, I always think like 30 to like 50 episodes or something like that is always like a good standard, something like that,
Okay. 50.
So if you could somehow translate that to, what I mean, to the comics.
50 episodes. How many seasons is that?
That'd be like, depending if you did 10 or 12 episodes, that could be like, that could be like 5 to 6, or 4 to 5 seasons maybe. You know what I mean?
And since I'm kind of doing it myself, I'll probably have to budget for animation, and from my understanding, animation is really expensive. So I can probably put off 10 to 15 minutes.
Right. Yeah. We want definitely. I feel you on that though. I love to get that kind of stuff someday myself. Animation is like the dream, really, and I feel like yours would be a perfect fit for it. You know what I mean?
I think so too. Like I really see the animation thing. Like I want to stay away from live action because like the whole actors and all that. Like when you're doing superhero stuff, like I don't really like live action like that, but it's nice to see. But if you really want to see superhero stuff or just anime in general, just keep it animation.
Oh my god, yeah, like the DC animated movies, for example.
Those are really great. One of my favorite DC animated movies is Under the Red Hood.
Nice, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, there's some really good ones, man. Honestly, and so yeah, I mean, you're right. Like animation is probably the way to go with that over live action.
Yeah, and I was thinking like make it a short mini series, maybe.
Yeah, man. Honestly, yeah, I could really see it.
Yeah, so, I just don't know what to do. Should I do Netflix, Hulu, YouTube? I don't know who I got to talk to get it animated. That's the next thing.
There's also indie studios too, man. There's a lot of options out there, honestly, for that kind of stuff these days.
That I didn't know. Like I'm still researching. I didn't know.
Oh yeah. Like there's some like mid-level indie studios who put out like indie films and stuff like that, and indie animations, and so yeah, there's a lot of opportunities out there to connect with different kind of people these days with that kind of project.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so that makes sense. So kind of 12 issues for the first season for Micro Wars. That's a good number there.
Because I'm 2 down, 10 more to go.
Nice. So if you don't mind, I'll go ahead and pull up the crowdfunding campaign up there now. We can take a look at that.
Sure.
So what made you want to choose the platform that you chose there?
GoFundMe.
The GoFundMe, yeah.
That was the first one I thought of. I didn't know of any others until yesterday.
Okay, nice. You're kind of new on the scene, huh? With the crowdfunding thing.
Yeah, if y'all have any others, please let me know.
Definitely. We'll definitely talk about that. I was actually just talking with Malcolm about that the other day, about different ways to get out there with Indiegogo and crowd or Kickstarter and whatnot. So yeah, definitely, I'd be happy to talk to you about that kind of stuff too, and give you some tips and tricks.
Yeah, definitely get that funded, because my goal is to. I already did the math in my head. I probably need about 3,000 and some change to get the rest of the issues done, and that's just for drawing the stuff up. And I'll be fine. Like, I could put it up digitally and see what happens. Like, get the first 12 done, and I'll market that.
That would cover the how many are you funding right here?
I initially said 5 when I first made it, but I made another one within it. So I'm gonna do 12 total. So I only need 10 more since I already got the first 2 out the way.
So, oh wow! So this money would complete essentially
the first season.
Would complete the first season, right?
Yes.
That's pretty amazing, man. Honestly, I feel like if you the more you advertise that, or like even if you know what I mean, like even put in the title there, that people will be stoked for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you do an Indiegogo, like I'll definitely talk to you more about that too. And if you like do like another crowdfunding campaign, want to offer some print versions, I think people would be really bored. That I mean, that's a lot of material you're giving out there. That's a good story.
Yeah,
so that's good value.
Yeah, I was thinking about that more. I was like, cut it down. Like, if I want to do something big, I had to teach myself this. If I want to do something big, break it down into small solutions. And I figured my original idea was to do 5, but I was like, that's too short. Let's do 12. I think I could tell a story with 12 issues.
Yeah.
And I just do that, keep doing that per season, and then see where it goes.
Well, that's pretty awesome, man. Yeah, that's really cool. And I love this art piece that we have here. We see some of the characters.
That's actually a poster.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's the significance of her mask there?
Huh?
Oh, like I noticed she wears a mask when she's a superhero. Obviously, superheroes and masks have a big role, together. But is there more to it? Does it signify anything?
The mask, yes, that's actually her mentor's mask.
Really?
That actually has a story with that. Like, so she used that, like I said, she had a past, but now she's making it her own in a sense.
Taking on her own identity.
Yeah.
Very nice, man. So the goal right now on there is 2,500. So you're on your way to that goal. And the nice thing about GoFundMe is it's kind of there's no time rush with it, like with Indiegogo or Kickstarter. There's a time countdown on it, so there's definitely plenty of time to get that funded.
Okay.
I'm going to take a look here.
Some things I need to learn.
There's a lot out there, a lot of different options for crowdfunding.
Okay, get the first season out. I was like, hey, you guys can do the work for me. Basically.
You're pretty much right.
So I already had a couple
awesome, man. We got some art here. Yeah, we got some backers here. We've got some cool art up on here with the preview. We saw some of this art with the issue 2 preview there. Micro Wars 2 coming soon. Very nice. Donations go towards this issue and the next 10 issues. Yep. Pretty awesome.
So I updated that, I think yesterday or today when I did that. So that's the plan.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm gonna put this. I think I put the link in the chat. But I'll go ahead and put it out there again. just in case. I didn't.
I appreciate that because that money will go directly to the artist so he can finish up those issues. I already have like the next issues written out already. I just have to, like I said, my wall is kind of crazy right now.
With all your
Yeah.
plans.
Yeah, so I have to organize it and get these stories out properly. I'm not rushing them either. I'm taking my time and asking a lot of questions like, hey, what do you think about this? I'm literally going around asking some of my female friends like, hey, if you have powers, what would they be? How would you use them? What are some topics that you want to see in the story and all that jazz?
Pretty smart, man. You get a real good, perspective on that.
Yeah.
Oops. Let's see. Yeah. Let me pull that back up. I apologize. But no, I mean that's awesome, man. I would love to see this comic funded, especially with how many comics or how many issues that you're putting out with it, and I think that would be great. And like I said, we can definitely talk about Indiegogo. I'll give you some rundown of that sometime as well if you'd like.
Oh, I would love that. That would be helpful. That would be extremely helpful.
Very nice, man. No, I'd be happy to do that. Now in the chat, Johnny Fitz says, watching anime, getting ideas. I like that, man.
I do watch a lot of anime. I watch a lot of anime if you haven't.
Right? Yeah, we were talking earlier, man, but about this before the thing started. Like, what are some of your favorites,
Hunter x Hunter is my number one. It's just I love the world building, the storytelling, the characters, the arcs. That's just if I had a idea of a perfect anime, it would be Hunter x Hunter.
Really?
Yeah.
Top one of all time?
It comes. It's number 2 to Cowboy Bebop.
Really?
So yeah. Cowboy Bebop is fire.
That's a classic. You can't beat Cowboy Bebop in a lot of ways.
You really can't. It's just like, but Hunter x Hunter gives me so much variety. So I have to do Hunter x Hunter, then no. Cowboy Bebop, then Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist.
Very nice.
And then on down Naruto and all these other stuff. So it's like
nice, man.
Zoids. It's a list, man. There's
a list. Like you say, there's a list, right? Yeah. Now, do you kind of bring any of that kind of inspiration into your writing, do you feel like?
Yeah. Like, so just the other day, I was trying to write a fight scene, and I was looking at Cowboy Bebop. So Spike Spiegel has this fight scene on a train, and it's pretty amazing. He has his headphones on, and he's doing this thing, and I was like, man, I could probably try that. So I have a scene written out, but I don't know what issue I'm going to put it in. Rashida's going to have a moment like that, but I did do something similar. There's a warehouse scene somewhere in one of those episodes that I applied to the comic book in issue 1.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice, man. So, very nice.
I also have a lot of inspiration from American cartoons as well. Like
really?
Spider-Man I heavily borrow from Spider-Man and Static Shock. Those are my favorite heroes of all time. So it's like
I used to watch Static Shock back in the day for sure.
Yeah. So I heavily borrow from those. I get that urban feel from Static.
Nice.
I get that creativeness, and then one-liners and quippiness from Spider-Man. I try to put it to this young girl and like make it her own.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's awesome. She sounds like a really cool character.
Yeah, she is. Like, I'm having fun with. Like, I spent a year on her, and it's like,
wow,
what kind of character did I want to make? And like, I didn't do anything until I got the character done. And once I did it, I was like, you know what? I'm ready. What's crazy is once I did the character, it took me 6 months to make the comic book.
Really? Was that like planning phase or the whole production as well?
The whole planning and production took me 6 months.
Wow. That's pretty good, man. That's not bad, actually.
Yeah, because I had ideas already flowing while I was writing the stuff down while creating the character, and then I had all my ideas and I written half the story or whatever, and I was like, I made a post like my hero is here, and then Malcolm posted it on there. He's like, man, you need a writer? I was like, yeah, I need help. Help me, help you, and we've been tighter ever since.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
and he's working on issue 2, right? Like you said.
I am doing issue 2. At the moment,
Oh, very nice.
at the
Okay, I thought
moment,
maybe issue 3 or beyond, he'll come back and
he will be working on it once I finish the pieces that I need to get
Ah,
done. It's just
I
I'm
gotcha.
doing the main setup right now. Then he's gonna finish it off.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah. So we're kind of doing this tag team thing.
That's cool, man. That works as seems to work really well for you.
Yeah, it's like I figured, like, let me tell the scenes that I want to tell first, and then share whatever I have with him, and then we'll just finish it up. And that's been a dynamic lately going forward.
Very nice, man. Now I'm gonna pull up another image here. This one's it looks like you were selling some comics at a comic shop here. Maybe you could tell us about this experience a little bit. Pull it up. There we go.
Oh yeah! Shout out to Jody's Corner, man. Yeah, so that's my YouTube family, Jody's Corner. You can go check it out on YouTube.
Oh, really? Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so he was the first. I'm a huge fan of Jody's Corner. So I went to a show for the first time, and it was awesome. I met his team, his family, and they showed me their neighborhood. And then one of the members, Aquaman, invited me to his comic book shop, and he showed me the owner. He's like, "Hey, we can get you and sell your comic book." And I was like, "Man!" So Jody let me show the comic book on this show, which I'm thankful for. And then Aquaman showed me the comic book store. And he let me sell in the shop. So I was like, that was a wonderful experience. So I live in Atlanta, so I flew all the way to LA for this experience.
Dang, that's amazing.
It was freaking awesome. Like they showed me LA. We kicked it. We had fun. Did a couple of interviews, cool. And that's my home, man. That's like the Jody's Corner family is home for me, and it was just a wonderful experience. It was pretty awesome.
That's really cool. Yeah, honestly, that sounds like it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was, and I actually, once I left there, I started going to other conventions too and selling my books. So it was pretty cool.
Very nice, man. Yeah, no, that's a really cool experience, man. That's good. Were you signing them too and all that?
Huh?
Were you signing any books there?
Yeah, that was the actual book signing. Yeah, I actually sold.
Nice.
I sold out the day one. Yeah, I sold out.
That's amazing, man. Yeah. Well, congratulations. That's pretty awesome, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
That felt really good there.
It was, because it was like my first time. I was like, this is just an idea. I didn't think I was actually gonna do it. And it was like, all right, let me do something.
And then to see people responding to it and actually liking what you're doing, and
really like it. I was like, yo, it was just a $5 comic at the time. I was like, all right, here, take it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah. So have you had the chance to bring Micro Wars to any conventions or anything yet?
Yes, I went to 2 conventions before the Corona went down. I went to LAX when I was in LA. And then I went to, since I'm in Atlanta, I went to this thing called MomoCon.
I've heard of MomoCon. Yeah.
I never been to MomoCon. I never
really
been prior to until that. And I was like, yo, they have these costumes. I met Deadpool in person.
That's awesome.
Ryu and Ken. And I'm over here selling my book. Right. I met the creator for Black Sands. I met him in person. Damn. We took pictures. It was dope. I actually gave him my book. We exchanged books. So I thought that was
really cool. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So he actually gave me some great advice. He was like, man, this is really professional, man. This is really nice. I hope to, see you again soon at the table next time. So it was like, yeah. Cool. So it was pretty. I met Spider-Man, of course. Well, a lot of Spider-Mans. I met a guy. The crazy part is, I met so many characters. I met Mr. Hattenclogs, Urahara. I met
that's a good one, yeah.
I met a freaking guy with a TV on his head, which that was like you actually can change the faces on the remote. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's too funny, dude.
I got pictures too, so it was crazy. I was like, wow, this is one heck of an experience, and all I did was like sell my comic.
Oh, that's funny. So you think you'd go back and do that again then, huh?
Yeah, I would love to if the Corona get out the way.
Yeah, really, huh? Seriously. Yeah, I know we had the same thing. We had a bunch of plans for this year for conventions, and happened to put those on hold for a bit.
I don't know if I can do a costume though. I thought about it. I don't know, man.
Yeah, who'd you cosplay if you ended up doing one?
It's too hot for Spider-Man, man, and I love Spider-Man. I'll probably do Zuko.
Really? That would be like Avatar Zuko?
Yeah.
Nice, man. Nice.
The blue,
That's a
the
good
blue
one.
spirit. I'll probably do the blue spirit. Yeah.
I've done Rorschach before, but that's pretty hot outfit as well.
Yeah, because that with the blue spirit, it's just a mask and like some ninja clothes. So I think I'll be okay. Or I just do what I did last time and just wear a t-shirt.
Right? Yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Make it like a cheap
Like,
cosplay
I
essentially.
give mad props to the people who do cosplay. Like,
Mhm.
shout out to you guys, man. Because I don't know if I could do that. Like, make your own costume and be seriously dedicated. Like, these creators should be appreciate their fans. Like, they love these characters. Like, I think I have a character. I think I created a character that people would love to cosplay. I think.
Really? Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I think you're right because it's got an iconic look to it.
I think so. Like I've been thinking about it for like a while, and I'm like, this may be one of those cosplay things. I don't know, because all I did was like when I did the costume, I was like, all right, this ain't nothing. Some Adidas and some sports gear here, and Adidas and some sports gear and some track shoes, man. Nothing
That's
fancy.
good. That's not too hard to put together, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's funny, but I would love to see you cosplay that character. I think that would be pretty awesome. The mask would definitely look really
Me
cool.
personally, the mask, like
Yeah, the mask.
the mask is more so just anybody can put it on. It's more so like a symbol in a sense, but I haven't really given it a full meaning yet. So I don't know yet. I'm looking at it right now. It's like, I guess it'll come to me in time as I'm writing it. The crazy part is I haven't even gave her a hero name yet.
Really? Off. Well,
No.
that is crazy, man. Well, we'll find out here in one of the upcoming issues.
I don't know when I'm gonna give her a name.
Hey, that's true. I mean, it's not like you have to rush into doing the hero name. You can build up to it. Find out what kind of hero she is before you give her her hero name. Yeah, exactly, man. That's right.
Okay.
What were we gonna say though?
I never really thought about it like that. I was like, all right.
That's funny, man. Now here's another tweet. This got 4 pages of, or I believe this is from the first issue. And there's some pretty cool stuff in here. So I wanted to take a look at this.
Okay.
So this is a really fun, really cool fight scene from the first issue.
Oh yeah, so that's her very first her introduction. So I pulled that straight out of Spider-Man. So
Really?
I love Spider-Man. He's my favorite hero of all time. But he does a lot of dialogue in his head, and because he's a teenager, so it's like he does a lot of dialogue in his head, and he's trying to give people that sense of first person perspective and things like that. And I thought that was pretty cool. He's quippy, he's intelligent, and he just gets down to business.
Narration a little bit, kind of.
Yeah, and I try to do that. I actually like to continue doing that throughout the series because I want you guys to understand. Like, I want them to, even though she's fictional, I want her to feel real, in a sense.
No, that's pretty smart. Yeah, kind of get inside her head and hear what she's thinking and feeling.
Right. So that's the goal.
On the surface level, yeah.
Yeah, and right now she's doing some basic crime stuff, vigilante work, taking matters into her own hands and things like that.
I gotta ask this guy. I had a question about this. Who's this guy? He's awesome, man. He looks like a badass right here.
Guy is the guy. That's his name. It's Guy with an eye.
Guy with an eye.
Yeah. And, so he's actually a mercenary. So he's a work for hire. So he's under contract with the main villain right now.
Oh, okay.
So his job is to, do what he can for the money, basically. And she runs in contact with this guy. Like, you messed up my operation, so I won't spoil that if you haven't read it. You messed up my operation. Now you got to get the business. As you can see, she gets bodied in her first issue. Like, who does that? What hero does that? They get wrecked in her first issue.
Damn, good point.
That's actually one of my favorite pages, by the way. Seeing her get
page, dude. That is a good page. Very dynamic on that one, man.
Yeah,
I love different panels on it.
My goal is to build a tension between, even though he's a minor villain, he's not the main villain. He's like a sub villain.
Yeah, or like a side villain or something, maybe.
Yeah, he's his own thing, and it's like he does what he does for the money. If you got the money, he's gonna do whatever.
Oh, okay, he's a bit more neutral. You know, he's kind of he's does bad things, but more out for himself, really.
Yeah, he's like that, and he's
Yeah.
actually, besides the main character, he's one of my favorite characters because he has so much freedom, and I want to use that dynamic with him and Rashida. Like, I want to create. My goal is to create a rivalry dynamic, but also, just show like, hey, with the right money, you can do. I can be whatever you want me to be, basically. So it's like you're gonna see some funny moments, some cool moments, some strange stuff going on. Like, why is he doing this?
Dangerous stuff, maybe even.
And keep in mind that she's still in school, so you're gonna see some funny stuff. So
she's getting into a world of that she may be in overhead with, you know.
right, and I got an idea that I've been wanting to pull off. So she's still in high school, right? So just tell me if this is a good idea, and I'll probably stick with it. So she's in high school, and she's, I guess, missing class or something, but she's failing a class and she has to do a parent-teacher conference. Naomi, her guardian, is away right now or out of commission or something. I haven't decided yet, but she needs a guardian there. So she knows that they met on multiple occasions, and he knows if you pay the right money, he'll do whatever it is. So I'm gonna let you fill in the context, please. Like, she just got bodied by this dude, and now I got to do a parent-teacher conference as my dad or something. That's hilarious. So I'm gonna try to do that. Maybe do like a uncle or
I like that, man.
Or a father figure or something. Something's funny.
He's just like it's so huge. It's like, can you imagine him standing in the class, be like,
exactly,
that's your uncle, that's your dad, right there. What's going on? What the?
Yeah, and it was crazy. So that's the idea that I'm thinking of. I don't know when I'm gonna do that. I don't know, but if obviously you like it, so I may run with it.
I like it, man. I think it could be funny.
I probably have to put them in like a certain tie or something,
or you could put like a suit and tie, even really like you know what I mean, go for the full effect.
See the thing with that is that I have to expose secret identities, and that's a topic in the story.
Okay,
so it's like I don't know when I'm gonna do that, but I will hold on to that idea.
Yeah.
If I do it, it's gonna be like on a
couple seasons in, maybe.
Yeah, and it's like, hey, you know my secret, don't tell anybody type situation.
Right. Okay.
I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Like, she had to bribe him
somehow, right? Yeah.
She'll probably have to blackmail him or something, or vice versa. So I think it'll be pretty cool. But for the most part, he's pretty much a villain through and through. I'll probably have some fun with him doing little things like that. But beyond that, that's pretty much it.
Nice, man.
He actually has a side story of his own.
Really?
Yeah. So this he has a redemption arc as well with Naomi, because believe it or not, him and Naomi actually know each other from a long time ago, and it's like he has a thing for Naomi. So the reason he slacks off on Rashida a lot because he knows Naomi, but he didn't know. Like, I don't know if use that to the advantage to build their relationship as well. So
nice history.
Yeah, they have history, so I have to play onto it, but I won't do it as much because he's still a villain. And it's like I gotta do big bad stuff just cause.
Right. I mean, yeah, he is a villain after all. He's gotta live up to it.
Yeah, like when it comes to everybody else, he's big and bad and known. Like he's like, I'm the big bad boss, basically. But when it comes to her, he like kind of sort of have a soft spot. He's not afraid to beat her up. But he'll probably let her get away or something. If anything.
Oh, that's funny, man. Very nice. So let me take a look at this last page here on the thing. Here's another preview. So this is this Naomi here at the top then?
Yes.
So clearly she's demonstrating that she has some powers of her own.
No, she doesn't have powers, but she can fight. She's
just really fast. She's very agile,
she's very agile, and she has extreme knowledge of fighting techniques, so martial arts and things like that.
Nice.
As of right now, quote unquote, I'm gonna just let you know in a secret right there. She's the only one that could stop Guy. For now.
Really?
For now.
Dang, dude, I'd like to see that fight play out.
Yeah, because
seriously.
doing martial arts and things like that of that nature. What's the martial art where you could block pressure points and you be temporarily paralyzed? That. So it's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, I
be
know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna probably have to pull a Kakashi and just use strategy and tactics to like take them out. And she's like,
Nice.
it's gonna be a mixture between Kakashi and Neji using pressure points
Nice, very nice.
just to take him out, or at
Yeah,
least
I see that.
slow him down.
Right, throw him off his balance and
Yeah.
keep him, you know what I mean?
And
Keep him
that's how she ultimately takes him out. But it won't last forever though. So
well, that'll be fun. That'll be pretty awesome to see once that comes out.
but as of right now, I'm letting that be known. She's the only person that can take him out at the moment. Yeah.
Now you mentioned some of your inspirations. Are there any other inspirations or people that you get inspired by to create like that or anything?
Yeah, Bruce, I watch a lot of cartoons and things like that. So one of my favorite cartoons, besides the ones that I mentioned, is actually the Proud Family. So that takes inspiration from that too.
Really?
Believe it or not, Penny Proud, the main character in the Proud Family, is actually the first Black female lead character.
I used to watch that show all the time.
Yeah, in a sitcom. So I looked at that. That actually means a lot.
That's a good show. Yeah, no, really it is, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and Bruce, hold on, give me a second. I didn't want to butcher his name. Bruce Smith. He created it, and he did awesome storytelling. And I watched that show growing up, and it was amazing. And it's really underrated to some kids who didn't grow up with it. And I'm like, man, this is
yeah, seriously.
It showed the different diversity of African Americans, and then it showed like not one African American speaks for all African Americans. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's like she showed that. It's like we got to see the positive American, the negatives, and then we got a nice big melting pot of what a family is all about. And I appreciate that. So I'm gonna try to apply those into my story as well between Naomi and Rashida, because
totally.
We get to see that, and not everybody gets to see positive role models or imagery like that. No, so he's a huge inspiration.
That's awesome, man. I really appreciate that. That you're really trying to say something with your work.
Yeah, I really am. It's like showing positive imagery. It's not all about the hero thing either. It's about tackling topics that we see every day, and knowing that there's people out there just like us that go through stuff too. Yeah, it's hero and it's fantasy, but there's some serious issues out there that can be told. If I can tell it through a fictional story, a non-fictional story, that'd be great.
No, that's awesome, man. I really think that's a great message to try and bring across there.
Yeah, especially for the girls, man. We don't have heroes.
Oh yeah,
it's like a stigma that like young girls don't like heroes. I think that's a lie.
Yeah, it is a lie. Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know where that got started or why that's still around. But yeah, no,
like there's. Right. My point. Sorry about that. My point of me saying that is there's more than just Wonder Woman out here or Miss Marvel. There's more heroes out here that need to be made, like Storm and Vixen. But we need more, so it's up to us as creators to get them out. Yeah,
you're 100% right, man. That's awesome, man. I love to see that passion behind that character creation right there.
Yeah. This is all passion, man. Like I said, this is all passion and an idea.
That's awesome, man. To see how far you come from, where you started to where you are now, and from where you'll go. I'm just excited to see the whole thing, man. And
believe it or not, I actually started from the little notepad.
Really?
And now you see, and it's right? It's worse on my computer because I have this thing called Google Docs, and I just got nothing but ideas, and me and Malcolm go back and forth with different stories and things like that. Like, hey, you got this? I send it to your email. Like, I even got him. He hates using the computer. He has to do things on his phone. I'll be like, bro,
oh my God, dude, that's too funny.
Chill, like, come on, work with me. So it's like the thing is, I'm a terrible texter. So he actually got me texting. Like, I'll call you in a heartbeat. Like, hey, Malcolm, you got this, you got this. I'm like, man, just text me, man. He'll send me all these paragraphs. I'll be like, bro, I don't want to read all this. Just call me. So we ended up building this dynamic where we'll like send stuff through email and things like that. If we really want to talk to somebody, we'll talk about a couple hours on the phone. So it's funny, and sometimes I just send them little slick text messages like this. So it's funny. Like, so now I'm texting a little bit more now, and he's, using the computer a little bit more now. So it's pretty
good. You got a compromise going there.
It's pretty funny, man.
Yeah, it really is, huh? Jeez. Yeah, no, that sounds like him. I'm not too surprised.
Yeah, it's like right now, because I tell him like what we do now, like let's take ourselves out of it, even though we have our own comic books and we do our own thing. Because I told him off joke when we first started, I just wanted to do a comic book. That's all I wanted to do. But he told me he wanted to do a series. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I help you with that. But let's just focus on the things we want to do. And then I kind of went, looked into it some more, and I sat down. I looked around. I was like, man, we don't have anything as a culture. Seriously, we don't. And I was like, you know what, Malcolm? Let's just do what we can for the culture. Just create stuff, regardless of what it is. Let's just create. Like, who can say two black men coming together and making something? Who says that? Like, like I don't know too many people like that besides me and Malcolm. And
Yeah, man. No, that and especially within the field that you're working too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I'm actually a graphic designer, so it's like,
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I do like websites and posters and stuff like that, and logos. And it's like I just want to step on my element just a little bit because I don't do illustration like that, and I created something.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's something to be proud of for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
And when you get that first issue back, man, like there's nothing like.
When I first got it, I was like, "What did I just do?"
That's surreal, really.
I created my own comic book, like legit.
Yeah, really, huh?
It is almost a surreal feeling for it.
It is like I created my own comic book. I flew to LA, had a book signing, went to a couple of conventions, sold it online. Now I'm doing interviews with you guys, and I was like, "Yo, this is a thing now. What's going on?"
Right, take off.
Yeah, and like it's crazy. Like my other inspiration, besides the cartoons and everything like that, is actually my female friends. So it's like my female friends that I talk to are a huge inspiration to me, specifically towards the main character. Every last bit of them is in the character, like their personalities and how they do certain things. They're based off that. So I was like, wow.
Man, that's awesome. Yeah, kind of bringing in, what you see in them and kind of what you want to bring across for that character.
Yeah, it's like even one of the scenes in the comic book, like when Rashida was getting her hair done, I actually got that from them because they like do their hair a lot, and it's like they're always scrapping and fighting. My hair, my tender headed and things like that. So I'm just watching. A friend of mine taught me how to do hair, and I'm like, man, this is a lot harder than I thought it would be. This is not for me.
Oh, that's too funny, dude.
I applied it into that scene, like what I've learned and what I experienced. I was like, all right, this is pretty cool.
Nice, man. Nice. Well, I want to ask you a little bit of the question of what can we expect from the future of MicroWars?
Well, this is what my plans are. Like I said before, I want to get the first issue out. I want to get it. Well, I will get it animated. I just don't know when. The goal is to get it animated, whether in episodes, like 10-minute or 15-minute episodes. I would like to do a 2-minute trailer, maybe producing a third. What's the short animated movie? What's that go for? 54 minutes, 84 minutes?
It depends, really, yeah.
I think it really depends because I've seen quote unquote movies be like 30 minutes and then certain ones like most animes that are considered short movies are usually like 50 something minutes.
Okay, so
most of the time.
I want to do a short animated film. I just got to see it on screen somehow, like get it on YouTube, Netflix, something. And that's the goal for me. But the first step is to get the first 12 out so people can take me serious so I can get that done. And let's see, we'll go from there. And I got another couple projects going too. But right now, that's the main goal is to get the first season out the way, then get that animated as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I would love to see that happen, man. It would be a really cool animation.
And of course, more issues too. But right now, I just want to focus on the first season. I think people will take me more serious and appreciate me more that I actually took the time and put in work to make that happen.
Very nice, man. Well, that's awesome, man.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's excellent. And we're getting close to the end of our time here. I want to show a few more images. I just that I really like. But what would you like to say to people out there who are thinking about backing your book? People who are thinking about taking a look and giving it a chance.
Give it a try. See if you like it. I appreciate all the support. Feedback is most appreciated. Even if you don't donate, I appreciate the feedback because one, this is my first comic. I've never really done this before. That is much appreciated. If you feel like donating, that'll be great. That'll be very helpful because all that goes to the artist so we can get those next issues going for you all. It's for you all. So that's the plan. And thank you.
Yeah, man. That's awesome, man. And like I said, I love the art. I think you got an awesome story here.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the character, and I honestly really love the message that you're bringing across with it. And I just think there's so much you can do with that character, that world. Like, I feel like there's so much potential right there.
Okay. So
yeah, I'm super excited.
Heed to what you're saying. Like, it's so much I can do. Like I said, my mind is all over the place because I got notes on the wall and I can only do so much. But like I said, the lack of funding and things like that, I'm doing the best I can.
And that's why the crowdfunder is so important to help get that off the ground. And we should reiterate, this is for this. You see a goal here. This is for like a whole season of issues.
Yeah, it's a whole
issue.
Yeah, it's a whole season.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of content for your buck there.
Yeah, a lot of content. So what I'll try to do going forward, each cover will be different, but I also try to do like maybe a poster on the back of it or something. I don't know, but each cover will be different, and then they also signify certain things within the covers. So that would be pretty cool.
Nice, man. Very nice. Now I wanted to real quick. I want to bring up just another piece of concept art here that we have. I found online or on your profile here.
Okay.
It's a nice piece of Rashida, I think. Let's see here.
What you find, man? What you find? Oh, so yeah, that's what I was holding up earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right.
My girl. That's my girl.
That's a good piece. Is that the same artist who did that? Worked on that one there?
Yeah, that our kid did that. He took my redesigns. I actually can show you the original designs. Actually, hold on. Let me see. Let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah, I like. Is that she uses some weapons there?
Yeah, so she uses I think it's called Excremas, the things that Nightwing uses or Daredevil uses.
Mm-hmm.
Those. So that's her primary fighting style. She uses those mixed with teleportation.
Yeah, that's a deadly combination right there.
Yeah, so I noticed the trend with teleporters. They don't know how to fight. I changed that. So here's the original concept.
Let's see here.
Of her.
Nice.
So I got multiple. So me and my team worked on these and just kind of went nuts. Shout out to Calvin, by the way. He helped me, fine tune everything. Like different styles. This is his, some of his styles too. So these are all his things. So shout out to him.
Good pieces, man.
And then here's the final. So this is her future self.
Nice. When she's a little bit older.
Yeah. So the same concept still there. It's just I'm making her older.
Nice. When she's probably more of a full-fledged hero, I bet, huh?
Right. But what I'm thinking is I changed my mind at last minute. I'm going to put the mask back on her. I took it off, but I'm gonna put it back on.
Really?
Yeah, because I really like the thing.
Yeah, it's got a good design on it, huh?
I got attached to it. Yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, no, that's a good design. Honestly, I really like it, and she's got some cool armor too, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's just some football gear, hockey gear, it's just sports gear. You just found it. I gotta look into some more armor going forward and try to get her a modern look per se. But right now, I'm gonna stick with this for a while.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. I could see that, man. Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, you got a lot of cool stuff with this, man. I'm super excited. We'll definitely talk some more about Indiegogo and Kickstarter. I feel like this comic would do really well there.
Okay, well, yeah, definitely send me the info. We can talk about it.
Definitely, man. I'm definitely giving any advice.
We can exchange contact information because that would be helpful because I have no clue on what I'm doing.
Well, like I said, man, you got an awesome comic here. So I mean, that's gonna be half of it right there. You know,
Okay,
you're already on your way in the right direction.
Yeah. Man, you guys have been great.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate you coming on here. Anyone in the chat have some last minute questions before we start wrapping things up here? I know a couple people jumped in here kind of late. So
yeah, come in, ask as plenty of questions as you want, man.
Yeah. Let us know. I'm not even putting the chat here. Let us know if you guys have any questions.
Oh, my buddy Perp is in here. I see you.
What's up, guys? Yeah, we just been looking at some Micro Wars for a little while, you know.
Yeah, I kind of forgot your partner's name.
Matt.
Matt, you had any questions for me?
Yeah, Matt, you got anything on your end? The kind of things that have been, rolling around in your head there as we've been talking.
Yeah, I probably missed it a little bit ago. You might have said something. I've looking at all of the designs and how the style is for the way they dress. Is this more of, you could say, like near future, or is it a little bit further future?
Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you. This is current day. I just put some stuff together.
hey, I mean, it looks pretty good for the way it looks, which is why I started thinking that it might be more futuristic. But I mean, even for a modern day, it's really good looking because to me, it looks like they all are real in a sense, like as if their version of Earth could exist.
Yeah, so I'm using present day as my inspiration, but I'm making it my own. And shout out to Arcade for really bringing my ideas to life. So everything that I wrote down, he brought it to life. And I was like, hey, I wanted to make my character younger and more approachable. And he did that for me. So we made her 16. And then let's get inside a teenager's head. If I want to be a hero, we got to make a costume. Let's throw something together. So we just took some rinky-dink stuff and just made it work.
Oh, that's an interesting question. Yeah, actually, this is a really, really good question. So, Neostar Production asks, the title is called Micro Wars. Does she have the power to shrink, or does she enter a sort of microscopic world? In other words, like, what is the meaning behind the Micro Wars?
I actually explained that in the beginning.
So really? Okay.
The powers are set with the main villain has came, when I was talking about issue 2. So the powers are dealing with the microchips. Her father, who is quote unquote dead or whatever, created these microchips that has a software in them that allows the user to pick or choose abilities to enhance their everyday life. That was the initial plan for it. But he died. I guess the main villain found out about it, and then he started to make counterfeits of them and then giving people abilities and powers.
Wow, yeah, I love that. I love that. It's almost got like this, plug in what you want kind of thing,
So I got a question for you. So what if you had the opportunity to have a microchip, right, installed, and you can pick one power?
Oh, that's a good one.
Whatever you pick is permanent. What would you?
Oh wow. Ah man, I think I would. Ooh, can I fly? Is that allowed?
Yeah, that's allowed.
I'm gonna go with that one. I know it's a classic one, but it's hard to beat that one. That would be fun.
Yeah,
hey, I mean that's pretty natural for most humans. Most humans always have the obsession of wanting to fly. I mean, I would love to fly personally, but I have something that trumps that. I would want to have the ability to control gravity.
Oh, geez.
Well, she'd have got you both beat. She can teleport. So.
Right? That can work,
That is true. She could, but if I were to create the center of gravity in between the middle of her and push it to the point of pretty much a black hole, ain't nothing gonna ever escape that.
No, that's the interesting point. kind of brings up a question like how far her range is too.
As
how
of
can
right,
she snowboard?
as of right now, she's still in training. Let's go with the basic level. She can only go where she can seize or imagine. So think of Jumper for the time being. The movie.
Okay,
Think
that's pretty smart.
So right now she starts there, and then I have to train her memory through memorizations and photographs and all these other different things. So I'll do that throughout the rest of the series to the point where she can start doing it with no problem.
Okay.
So,
She kind of starts to learn to master it a little bit.
yeah, because once she does that, that's going to be our primary function.
Okay, yeah. That's
I mean,
awesome, man.
it is a really smart ability to have for most people because, I mean, I think someone actually in the chat said it earlier. I think it was Neostar brought up the point that most superheroes or even fighters don't even have an ability like that most of the time. Like the only one that he thought of was Nightcrawler being one of the only ones. And I started thinking about that, and I'm like, wow, actually that's really true. There aren't many fighters or superheroes or anything else like that that use teleportation as their main ability.
Right. And it's like, so I'm doing it, I'm being creative with it because I don't want it to be like make her OP, like, oh, when she fights somebody, she teleports to them and throw them in the sky. Like, no, that's cheesy. It's like I want to show her grow with these abilities and show how creative she can be. Like I said, I'm gonna pull a Kakashi. She has all these abilities, but she has low on stamina and things of that nature. And she just uses her brain to actually make it work.
Now in the chat, Neostar says, let's see, or rather, oops, this one here. I would rather have super speed or telekinesis. That'd be a good one.
Okay, that's pretty solid.
Also, he says if she has a telescope, could she extend her range further? That's an interesting question, huh?
I never even thought about that, but it is.
I would assume so because if it's going the way that I'm thinking with spatial dimensions of the third dimension, it most likely would because she's still able to see it, even though the depth of it would be a little messed up. If her brain is able to see it, it's probably a pinpoint for her. It's not about depth rather than the mathematics. It's more about just naturalistically being able to see it probably and understanding the area.
Because my plan will be to start her off what she could see and then move her up to based off memory at that point.
Interesting. It's kind of a muscle memory in a sense. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, muscle memory.
Okay, yeah. Where it's almost reflexes that she's acting on.
Yep. That's the plan. I have to gradually
work her to that point, yeah.
And show her like I have to probably do training montages. Maybe do something like hide and go.
You gotta have a training montage. I mean, if this thing's get animated one day, you know what I mean? Every anime has a good training montage.
Yes, I have to do something creative with the teleportation training.
True. That would be cool. Yeah, I can see that.
Maybe like a hide and go seek or kind of game in it or something. I don't know. I have to do something crazy with it.
Now we gotta ask. We've answered ours. What power would you choose if you could have one power to have as your augmentation?
Oh, it's teleportation.
Oh, you really? Oh, is that why you chose it for the main character then?
Yeah, because that's something I wanted, and it was like.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I felt like it was an underrated power. Besides being Spider-Man, of course. Like teleportation was underrated as a power. And I was like, you guys, with teleportation, you can do a lot of damage. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like,
oh, man.
and you can help, too. You can help.
That's the interesting thing about it, really, is that how kind of like it's a one power, but it could either be used for good or it could be used for evil.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You can really have a mixture of both.
So I'm gonna do with her, I'm gonna put her in situations where they show the good, the bad, and the ugly. So
nice, yeah, and everything in between, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense, man.
It's very underrated, and I don't even think a lot of anime or cartoons uses those abilities like that. None that I've seen.
Not really, yeah. Especially with the way you've done the microchip, it kind of adds like a sci-fi element to it, really.
Yeah, because she's the only one. Like her, little side story, but hers was implanted her when she was an infant, so she didn't even know she had it. So
Damn, that's pretty messed up.
yeah, she didn't even know she had it. But everyone else is surgically implanted through the bad guy for the most part, and it's gonna get messy.
Yeah, that's wild, man. And
Yeah.
these microchips, can they be hacked?
Well, I was thinking about doing that. Should I get them hacked? That could be a nice little plot, but I don't know yet.
Not sure how
I
you're gonna
would
play that.
I would
Okay.
probably say if you plan on doing it, maybe make it more of like a side story, but relating to the main story because it brings in the question that maybe it could be somewhat part of a reveal that she also has one of them, and that's what really explains her power. But because she's different in a way, hers isn't fully affected like all the others. Something like that could really work out and
Yeah,
help bring in like a lot of different ideas for people.
yeah, because she has the original one. The original one has like maybe 3 slots in it as far as a microchip is concerned. So she has the ability to have like multiple powers up to 3. But I'm only gonna go with one and maybe stick with one. I don't know yet, but we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see how you feel about it once the time comes.
Yeah, because like I said,
Yeah.
I haven't gave her a name yet. I don't know how this story is gonna play out per se.
Mhm.
I want to say here, Neostar says, but seriously, I'm always happy to see more thinking heroes. I'm definitely going to back Micro Wars.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah. Now this is one of my favorite pieces. Actually, me and Malcolm talked a little bit about this on our stream.
Told you.
It's a dope piece.
I told
Ah,
he doesn't. This was his idea to begin with. He don't even like it, and I love it.
I know, it's funny, man. Yeah, this is a really cool one. I love this piece. This
I
is a dope one.
told him I'm using it. I'm using this. Content.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I feel it. Yeah. That's funny, man. Yeah. Honestly, he's a cool character. I'm excited to see more from him as well.
Yeah, like you gotta like guys with Tims, man. He got Tims on.
Oh man, you can't go wrong with that, right?
Not at all.
I mean, shit. The way it looked, it's either one, he's a high end pimp, or two, he means business.
I think
And either way, that's not good.
he's all about the money, man. He's about business.
That's right. He's that businessman.
I want
Nothing
my
personal, just business.
Exactly. He's that guy. That's what he is.
Really, huh?
Like he's really a complete mystery, but I'm gonna give him a story. Like the way I'm gonna do it is probably gonna be his ending story. Like I'm gonna give him a story toward within Micro Wars.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Give him a proper story.
Yeah, because he's a mystery. I don't even know where he comes from. I don't know his actual name. I don't know any of this. Like Malcolm did that, and I was like, all right, I'll play with him.
That's funny, dude. Yeah, speaking of which, Neostar again, he jumps in here with like to introduce her to Riser Man sometime. That's his superhero character that he has.
Hey, I'm open to doing a crossover.
Yeah, really, that'd be dope, huh?
Actually, yeah, keep me posted because I after season 1, either late season 1 or going into issue 2, I'm going to plan on doing a tournament.
Very nice.
So it's going to be like 4 or 5 issues, which is going to start off as a date. And she hears about this tournament. She goes to it, and she is told not to go to the tournament.
Really?
Well, not to go to, but not to enter the tournament.
Okay, yeah.
Can't enter, and that's going to have a whole bunch of issues. But I think that's an opportunity to introduce different characters and maybe slide in Razorman or whatever.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Razorman would be a good fit. I feel like he would. I feel like the turn, like you said, the tournament arc would be a cool way to see some other side of things. We have some crossovers, maybe.
Yeah, I want to show other characters besides the Micro characters, in a sense.
Yeah, no, I could really see that, man.
Yeah, like show different characters, like have other creators have fun with it, and I'm open to it, and I think it'd be great. It doesn't necessarily impact the story a whole much, but it does give the hero experience. So
exactly, yeah. And like you said, a tournament that's classic stuff right there. You gotta have a tournament arc.
So I'm thinking about 4 or 5 issues for a tournament arc. Is that
Okay, nice.
Is that long enough?
It really depends on how you want to do it. If you want to make it like the whole season, or if you're just trying to make it part of the season.
A part of it, because I'm not trying to make it a big deal. It's just a date. Like her friend takes her out on a date. It's like, all right, cool, we're going to a tournament, but she ends up entering the tournament and things like that.
Very nice, man. Yeah, I think about 5 could do it then.
Okay. So that means I'll probably have to get some characters like, hey, you want to enter this tournament, blah, blah, blah. And just do something creative, wacky with it. It's just, I want to show her.
Make it your own,
Yeah. It doesn't really affect the story too much, but it does give the main character experience.
Nice, man. Well, that's awesome, dude. I'm super excited about this comic. I think it's really awesome. I love the story, this world of different people with these powers from these microchips and how that will play out, and just her trying to become this hero that we know that she's going to become.
Right.
And see how she's going to get there, what's she going to face in the way.
It's a lot, man. She has to deal with everyday life. She got to deal with, school stuff, powers. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Oh, yeah. Especially for a teenage girl just trying to figure things out, Yeah,
it's like a whole, it's like a Kim Possible on steroids. So I used to watch that a lot too, and she.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, they did a good job with that one too. Kind of the mixture of the bigger plot with the everyday kind of slice of life stuff, and
try to do that mixed in with that a little bit, and I think I can make something work.
Nice, man, and kind of I feel like the more you do that, the more we'll be really excited to follow Rashida on her journey and kind of see where she goes and how she grows and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you coming in and talking with us tonight. It's been a really exciting and really fun talking with you, man. Is there any last things you want to tell people out there, kind of tease for the future from Micro Wars here?
More characters are coming soon. Malcolm has a bunch of characters. I don't know when I'm going to use them, and I have some too. I have a couple of my own that's coming out. His name is Sneakers McGee.
Nice.
Be on the lookout for him, because I'm actually going to introduce him in there, and he has a unique ability as well. So I
can't wait to see that, dude.
It's in the name, so he's coming soon.
Right.
I was gonna say thank you for supporting. I appreciate the donations if they do. Please leave your comments, feedback. Thank you to the Jody's Corner family. Aquaman, I appreciate you. Malcolm, you my dog. We're gonna talk later. Teach me that the GoFundMe thing. The
heck yeah, man.
Go.
Yeah. Heck yeah. We'll be talking about that for sure, man. Yeah, I'll give you all the good stuff on that.
And everybody watch anime, man. Y'all have fun with that.
Heck yeah, dude. We need more people to watch anime. I'm 100% for that, dude. Awesome, man. Well, where can people follow you? Right. Go repeat yourself there, Matt. Sorry, I don't think you heard you.
I didn't hear you.
Oh, I was just saying, like, who wouldn't be?
True, man.
Actually, a lot of people don't watch it.
Yeah, it's weird, dude. It's bigger than ever, yet there's still so many people who don't watch it. It's weird.
Yeah, it's a lot of people don't watch it.
But yeah, man. So where can people follow you online so they can check out all the stuff you got going on?
Follow me on Twitter at Squeezy1. You can follow me on Instagram as Hicks817, and you can follow me on Facebook. It's my name, just Stephen Hicks, Stephen B.
Nice.
Hicks, and you can follow me on there. You can follow me on PSN, PlayStation. It's just HG Squeezy, and we can play the game, talk it out, have fun.
Nice, man. What you playing these days?
Man, right now I'm huge in Tekken. Right now I'm playing that.
Really?
I love swap hands with people. I play GTA when I can. I just started playing 2K. That's when I got bodied the other night.
Really?
Man, like my first game in 2K.
Oh man.
I play a lot of. Just started playing Devil May Cry, so I've been streaming.
Oh, nice.
Times. Yeah, Devil May Cry 5. Spider-Man. So I play anything I get my hands on, really.
Nice. You play in Modern Warfare?
Yeah, Warzone. I've been playing
Warzone. Nice. Yeah. Warzone's good, man. That's good.
We can get together and play that. So I think that would be
nice, man. Well, that's cool. That's very awesome.
Yeah, definitely send me links.
Nice, man. Well, again, I appreciate you coming on the show. Please go check out the campaign, everybody. There's a lot of cool stuff on there, and like you said, it's for a whole 12 issues. That's a whole season of content. And so I mean that's a whole lot of stuff right there. And as we've seen, it's awesome story. It's just getting started here. This journey is going to get epic, and it's just starting here underway. So, yeah, I'm really excited about it, man. Thanks again for coming on here and talking with us a little bit about this.
Oh, anytime.
Everybody watching the chat, or if you're watching on the replay, please go check out his GoFundMe and give that to that if you can. Also, be on the lookout for if he maybe drop an Indiegogo or a Kickstarter here soon. Who knows? We'll be seeing about that too. And just keep an eye out for more Microwars. Go follow him on Twitter, go Facebook, and all that good stuff. Awesome. And yeah, man. Well, thanks again, man. And I hope everyone has a great night. We'll see you guys on another episode, and enjoy Microwars once it gets released. This new issue, man. It's gonna be